going to the intro cam. Good afternoon. Welcome to Heartwood Turning in the stable studio. Got my tea. That's the important thing. I've got a nice piece of wood to play with, but I'll show you that in a minute. I'll let you see these hallions that we've got. We've got some real nice people in the background today. Well, we have Terry from PGA Turning.
Hello, everybody.
He's one of the nicer ones. We have Mark, the gentleman wood turner, with his new glasses on today.
That's debatable.
And he's forgotten his tea, so he may disappear in a minute. And we have Pete from Twisted Trees.
Brian tried to keep me out, but Mark let me in.
Yeah.
It's very funny because I sent the same link to 3 people. 2 people got in, and the other one couldn't. I think it was finger trouble. So anyway, what we're going to turn today? Let's have a quick look. Pop you guys back in the background. I'll go to the lathe. There we go. Go to the overhead. And we have a piece of birch supplied by my favourite wood supplier, Richard. Richard's feeling. It's a piece of birch. It's got 2016 written on it. So I'm having to guess this bit will be dry. It's about 9 inches across and about 2 3/4 inches deep. We're going to turn a bolt, and we're going to use something I haven't used very much. We're going to use some of these. Once I move this camera, we'll try that. See how that looks like. I think we'll try and use some of those, which are the spirit stains from Chestnut Products.
Ooh, I'll be interested to see this because I just bought some of those.
So we'll have a bit of a play with them. First and foremost, let's get back over here. Let's start with the woodworm screw. So there's said woodworm screw. And Mark tells me it's a 7.5mm drill bit, but I think it's an 8mm.
Well, it's 7.5mm for the Axminster one, but you were using record power.
Yeah,
record power. This is 8mm, so I'm just going to, and I've got the drill, a piece of tape on it for the depth, and we'll just quickly drill that through there.
While you're doing that, I'll do the list quickly then, shall I?
Yeah.
Yep. Right, so we've got Richard Phelan, Lawrence Brigager, Chris Dodds, Doug Miller, Brian El Tornio de Madeira, Brian with a Y.
Brian with a Y.
Ward Wilson, Robert Dolman, Paul Houghton of Greasby Turner, Bailey Woodworks, hi Chris. Who else? Just go down the list here. Roger Kent, Terry Bartlett from Plymouth Wood Turners. Hello, Terry.
Hey, Terry.
Greg Alexander, Todd at Glen Cove, Woodworks, Copper Owl Wood Turning. Hi, Rob.
Hi, Rob.
Michelle Higgins. And keep going down the list. Steve Madden, the Wood Dude.
Hi,
Wesley Hanna. Wesley Hanna. Hello, all from Colorado.
Wesley Hanna sounds like a good Northern Ireland name.
Eric Winkler. First time he's been here for a couple of weeks. I want to make stuff. Craig Alexander. I think I might have said you already. And that's me at the bottom of the list. So hello to everyone. Hello to all the lingerers in the background as well.
Lingerers by Barry.
Heather's here from Spirit Wood, Stone and Bone.
Well,
Hi, Heather. Welcome along.
Returnees by Barry, yes. Hello.
So welcome along, everybody.
And the Anxious returning here as well.
Thanks for coming along to watch and see what I can do with this today. Just go put that on there to begin with. Little step center just to make sure everyone's nice and safe there. I'll get my safety glasses on. And we shall start to turn this.
Put 2 arresting first.
Yeah, with a tool rest. It'll be good with a tool rest, like.
That would kind of help.
I'll just use the big tool rest. So it's fairly round. So what I'll do is I'll just start to shape the outside before I make the standing on the bottom. And we'll use a 1/2 inch bow gauge. That's a bit high. Might have to
Clive
go down a bit.
Rocherston just joined.
There we go. So we'll just make a shape on the outside.
Hi, Andy. Sorry I missed your name out, mate.
Not being too fussy about the cut because we're just removing excess wood at the moment. This is a piece of birch that I forgot to mention, I think.
No, you
Ash
did
at
mention
Craic sheds in.
Hi,
Ash.
Ash. Douglas Mungham's here as well. Hi, Douglas.
Douglas. Benjamin's in. Hello, Ben.
I've never turned birch before, so this is a new experience for me. It
Ben
turns very
Jannon's
much like ash. Same
More
sort of,
sycamore, I think.
or sycamore, yeah. Same sort
Yeah,
of.
it's tighter
Just,
grain.
just for the purposes of clarity there, Brian. Ben's in, so it's walnut.
Dewey sheds in.
My parcel's just arrived. Hold on, back in a sec.
Dr. Bob's in.
It's not quite round yet. Let me just advance this tool rest a bit. A little bit of flat there, a little tiny bit of flat there. There's not much in the way of grain or anything on this.
Rob from Copper Isle was asking how it smells, Brian.
How it smells.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't have a whole lot of a smell.
Woody.
It's quite pleasant, but it doesn't have a whole lot of smell, I have to say.
Yeah, 2016, it'd be pretty dry, I would think.
I'm back.
Looks dry. The dust you got coming off it. That was quick, Mark. Get your teeth that quickly.
That was a delivery.
Oh, delivery.
Yeah. More choice.
No, not this
More
time.
toys for the
Goblets.
boys.
Wine goblet, wine glasses.
So I'm just trying to put a shape on the outside, kind of like a nice simple shape. And then we'll think about what we're going to do for a foot. If indeed we're having a foot.
You need some way to hold it. Won't you? You could put the woodworm screw the other way as well. Cover it with baize. Green baize.
Yeah, green base.
Sorry, Terry, what did you say there about putting the woodworm screw the other way?
I said you can put it. You said you don't know whether you're going to have a foot. I said, well, you got to hold it somehow, so you could put a woodworm
I've
screw
got
the other way,
some
and
kind
then
of
just
foot.
cover it with green baize, can you afterwards?
Oh, green base. What do you think of that, guys? Good idea? Bad idea?
70s.
Sorry, we suddenly returned to the 1970s.
It's
Yeah.
just, I think Terry just went all the way back to the 70s there.
Sid's in. Sid repurposing.
I said 3/8 ball gauge. Get rid of that.
Stephen said it's pretty grey here today. So can we have lots of colour, texturing, and of course, lots of gold leaf?
Gold leaf.
Not so sure about the gold leaf thing, but certainly we're going to have some colour, Stephen. Just try and get rid of that tailstock now. I don't think we'll need it. It's feeling fairly secure in there. So let's just do it.
Benjamin's asked Brian, will you be getting the new Axminster 6-prong dead center when you order your new SK114?
No. And no.
Yeah, I watched Colwyn demoing it the other day.
Yes, right.
I was a bit confused about why you would bother with it.
Yeah, I was a bit confused as why you would need a 6-prong drive.
It's a little bit over the top, isn't it?
It
Just,
is.
Well,
you know what, it smacks to me of just a new
Because they
product
can.
so you can sell something else. That's what it smacks
Yeah.
to me.
Yeah, sure it is.
Now,
Ben says, personally, he's waiting for the 7-prong. 1 prong more is better.
yeah,
Better.
one prong's always better, yeah.
Roy's voice just joined us. Hello, Roy.
Right, let's put a... Will we put a mortise on this or a tenon? What's the consensus
be a
today?
different shape if you put a tenon on it, won't you? You have to alter the both.
Yeah, I'll have to knock a bit off the bottom. Let's put a mortise in it. Let's do a mortise and we can leave it in there.
That's if you're happy with that shape.
Where's my divider? That's 52 mil. I don't need all that. 50 mil will be fine. Just there. 54 mil it says, but we'll go with 52. So tool this up a little bit. So the point is trailing, and make sure the right. I'll turn the speed down a bit.
Heather said, it's green and rainy here this morning. I think I woke up in Ireland.
Yeah,
Give it
thanks.
10 minutes, it'll change.
Yeah, give it a minute. It'll be something else. There we go.
Camera change.
Oh, couldn't really see that. Sorry, I'll show you that again.
Yeah.
So just the left tip in there, and make sure the right tip doesn't engage. And now we have the size of the tenon.
Orders.
Like drop that tool rest again a little bit, and I'll just use my 10 mil, little 10 mil bull gauge.
He was asking, are you going to the Yandles show on the 16th of July? Okay,
I won't be.
Ireland, guys. Obviously, that's for Terry and Brian because Mark's not coming with us.
Yeah.
That's about then, isn't it? Middle of July time.
It's around that time actually.
So I watched Wayne the Woodturner yesterday, and when he made the mortise in the bottom, he actually came from the centre and worked out the way.
Yeah, you can do that.
So I thought I'd give it a try today. Much better if you lock your tool rest in place or your banjo.
I've heard that rumour.
You only need a 3 mil tenon anyway, Brian. Don't go too
Let's get
deep
to there.
in the mortise.
Sorry, Terry, what was that?
You only need about 3 or 4 mil at the most. So.
Yep, that's all there is there. So I'm just going to use my skew now just to set the dovetail. That's about.
Eric says, do we have a close-up camera? I think that is the close-up, isn't it?
That is a close-up camera. You want it closer than that?
They want to
Not
see
bad.
the action.
Well, they want to see it without your knuckles in the way.
There we go. So we'll look at
Hodge
that.
Woodworks is in. Hello, Robert.
I have a horrible feeling that's not
Dr.
very
Bob
big enough.
said, question, why are there only 16 loyal dedicated fans out of 42 watching? Get your thumbs up. Show them your loyalty.
Get your thumbs up, baby. So I'm just going to take
Yes.
one more cut off this edge here just to tidy it up a bit.
There's 47 watching at the moment.
Thank you very much, guys, for coming in. Well, 47 of you. It's huge.
Sorry if I'm a bit distracted, but the company I buy these wine glasses from, they have a silly rule. You have to inspect the contents within an hour of delivery. Because if anything's broken, you can't claim.
Yeah, that's kind of so as you can blame the couriers.
Yeah, I know. I've just got to check stupid things.
If you work away there, Mark, you're fine.
To be fair to him, I've never had any broken.
Just joined us. Hello, the pack rat.
There we go.
That's asking, are you going to eat your lunch out of the bowl?
I think that'll be should be okay. We'll lose a little bit of that edge when I turn it. In fact, I might just do that now.
And Robert at Hodgepodge says, Brian, your tool rest
Yes,
is a
Rob.
bit dirty. You really need to clean those marks off.
Who left them marks on there? That's from Monday.
Mm-hmm.
It's terrible.
Andy,
Shocking.
Woodworm Learner's just come in. Hello, Andy.
I'm just going to set the rim now. I'm going to lose a little bit of the rim, about the top quarter of an inch or so. Not get any further than that, not get too close to the chuck.
That's asking a question. Have you ever used driftwood? In my case, no, never.
No,
I don't like the idea of turning sand. But
that's
I know
the trouble.
people that do.
I have.
What
The
was that?
salt in it can also damage the tools.
Oh, driftwood, yeah.
Yeah.
Salt blunts them very quickly.
Salt,
you
sand.
can
So
sharpen, sharpen
that's ready
twice
for
as often
sanding,
as
I
you
think.
normally need to.
That's one continuous curve all the way up there, so I'm happy with that. We'll sand this up now. We'll use the inertia sander, and we'll start at 120 grit because that's a fairly nice cut. Very few tool marks on that. And I'm just switching the extractor on today because Alexa was messing about the other day, so just switch it on.
I should kick her out.
That's because I set my Alexa up to tidy the workshop. So
That might turn the speed down a little bit, eh?
You get it done quicker if you go faster.
Yeah, well, it was at 1200 revs, so I thought I'd better turn it down a little bit.
Ben said he's discovered a new awesome lunchtime meal. Chicken and corn soup with McCoy's beef crisps mixed into it.
Yeah, you're welcome to keep that then, Ben.
Ben, if you're up for experimentation, my wife swears by tomato soup with banana sliced into it. Now, I think she's bonkers, but you know, she says it tastes good.
She's bonkers.
That's good. They're all fine.
Just a quick inspect to make sure there's no tool marks left in there, or any little tram lines of the... Sometimes when you do a shear scrape, there's little tram lines.
Andrew from
That looks
Bayou
good.
Woodshed's just joined us. Hello, Andrew.
Just a little bit there. Now, are we in the game of putting any embellishing on this today? What do you think, guys?
What,
Embellishing or
embellishing
just
wax?
colours?
Should I put any
What's the
texture on it?
grain? What's the grain like? So take side view.
Well, there's not much grain on it, to be honest. I suppose I could spray some. Let's have a look. Let's have a
That is
look.
It's a bit plain, isn't it?
It is a bit plain, yeah. We'll spray a little bit of methylated spirits on it so you can have a better look. See if there's any grain appears.
Yeah, colour that.
It's kind of
Yes.
plain, eh?
Yeah, colour it.
Colour it.
I'd colour that.
It's wide grain one, isn't it?
Well, yeah, there is bits of grain that go across this. I wonder could I burn that with that?
Just going to say, it'll be like to burn it and scrape it out, wire brush it out. And,
Quite a fast-growing tree. So.
yeah,
Yeah, well, the grain, the lines are quite far apart here.
yeah.
That's on the side grain. The end grain's quite. It has a nice loop in it there. I need to let the methylated. If I'm going to burn it, I need to let methylated spirits go away a bit.
Nah, just chuck it on now. Get
Just
it
chuck it
going.
on,
flash,
splash it
flash
off.
dry it off.
Just splash dry it, yeah.
Oof. Burn the brute, Brian. Burn the brute.
Well, I'll burn it. What do you think?
Well,
It's fancy
we're
about
not to
burning
try.
it,
If it doesn't look good, then you can just cut it
Cut it
back
off.
off.
Let me just
Start
quickly
again.
move some of that shavings from underneath the lathe, just in case. I'm not allowed a bit of burning.
The paints are going to soak in on the end grain. That's still not dry.
Brian
Right.
with a Y has got a question. He said, for those of us without luxury of spray equipment, could you stain with another application method, please, Brian?
Yep. No bother, I will do that. We'll just get rid of that methylated spirits first. Just help it evaporate. Okay, so we'll just burn it now from the edge in. See what happens.
Mm.
Pat Rat's asking, are you from somewhere between Fife and Glasgow?
Northern Ireland. It's in Northern Ireland, Pat.
I think he means originally.
I can't hear you guys because of the burning.
All right.
Have
We
I
can
got
wait.
my?
Burns well, but I love it.
Because it's one of the softer hardwoods, it probably will.
Mm.
Just try and get an even consistency of burn.
Copper Al Wood Turning says, don't burn your hand, Brian. Fire is hot.
Fire is hot is right. But that's okay because my left hand is on the hand wheel of the lathe on the other side of the headstock. And my right hand is holding the torchy thing. So if I burn my hand now, it's just been completely stupid.
Well, it was stupid last time.
Yeah, I know. But you know what to say. You're supposed to learn your lesson. There we go. That's enough of the burny. I think.
You watch, Barry will come in now.
Just like
Yeah.
pass over here in a minute. Yeah. We'll use a little soft brass brush and have a look at that. See what it looks like. Bring that in.
Barry's Wood Creations is in. Oh, Barry.
Bye, Barry.
See, has that made any difference to that at all? Or has it just made it black?
I think I'll just make it
Joe
black.
Seniors. Hello, Joe.
Hello,
Hi,
Joe.
Joe.
I hope you're not still driving, Joe.
Yeah, I think it's just made it black, Pete. I think you're right.
Might, if you brush the worst of it off, might be a good idea. Just give it a light sanding. See what happens. It doesn't
We'll have
look
to do
like
something
doesn't
because
look
it's
like
not.
there's much difference between the hardwood and the
No, it
softwood,
hasn't
does it?
highlighted the grain at all, really,
No.
as much
Thought
as
it
I
might
thought
have.
it might.
See, what I would be
But,
inclined to do that is I would
Turn it back off again.
go down a few grits back to the gouge and just take that top bit off. And just let
back to the gouge. Go back down to the house brick grid.
Back to a 10mm gouge, back to a 3/8 gouge. Is that what you're saying?
yeah, that's where we would go with it.
Yeah, well, it's worth a wee try just to see. It's
Woodward
pretty
Learners
well.
asked, have you got a smoke detector in your workshop? And if so, how far away from your lathe is it?
No, I do not have a smoke detector. Not in the workshop. Maybe that's a good idea, actually.
Well,
Not
just
really.
keep going off when you burn. So it's not really a good idea.
Well,
It's
that's true.
birch, Joe. It's birch, piece of birch.
Burnt birch now, Joe.
It's burnt birch now. Yeah, yeah, that didn't do much. I'm surprised at that, actually.
Worth a try, though.
Yeah.
I
That's
think
just
the
one
test
20.
is if you can rub your fingernail over it gently and your fingernail sort of drops into the soft grain bits, then it's good
No.
for burning.
Oh, look at all that sort of.
Yes, come with that.
I don't know what that is. That looks quite interesting in there. It looks almost like stretch marks.
Heather's got a question. She got
Yes, sir.
given a mango wood bowl. It's painted black. Do you think she should strip it and refinish? Is anyone familiar with mango wood? I would definitely aim to strip that.
Yeah.
Mm.
If anything else, just to see what the wood's like underneath.
And if it's a thick wall bowl, I mean, I did a refurb on a 1930s bowl. It was black from being used as a plant pot holder. But it was thick enough wall that I could actually cut half a mil off outside and inside without changing the shape. So that's what I did with it. Much easier than trying to strip, because you don't know what the paint is.
So that was just 120 grit I used there, guys. And there is some little bits of figure in there. I'm
Flecks
not
of burning.
little bits of highlighted grain there, just a little bit there, but not enough as make it worthwhile. I don't think. Turn it back off, I think. You don't know these things unless you try them.
That's the thing.
So we'll just quickly turn that back off again.
Robert's suggesting you should colour it now and use that as a base.
Colour
Yeah.
it. Who said that?
Yeah.
Hodgepodge.
Hodgepodge.
Ah,
Lewis has just joined. Contact Crossman. Hello, Lewis.
That's
Hi, Lewis.
that's a good possibility. So if I sand this up quickly up to 400 then, and we'll see how it goes. Find my inertial sander. Oops. 120, 240.
Mark Stratton's just joined. Hi, Mark.
Hi, Mark.
Hey, Mark.
Good afternoon.
John Mooney's in as well. I don't know if anyone said in before.
Hi, John.
Johnny.
Robert Hodgepodge says he guess it's like we're playing black first and then sanding a lot off. Yeah, it's
That's okay. If the
It
grain is
seems not
standing
that
up in
idea,
it,
yeah.
that's a grain.
just to
doesn't
help the
stand
grain
out.
stand out a bit.
Ben said, "Hello, Lewis. You're late. Did you get lost in your workshop again?"
No, he didn't
Yeah.
get lost. It just takes him a long time to walk
Long time
from
to
one
get
end
to the
the other.
computer.
They walk from one end to the other, yeah.
The pack rat wants to know where you're originally from, Brian.
I'm originally from Scotland.
Yeah, where in Scotland?
Born in Bathgate, which is located in the central belt of Scotland between Glasgow and Edinburgh. And then lived in Edinburgh for a while, and then I moved to Kirriemuir, where the infamous ball happened.
Right.
Any rugby players will know what the ball of Kirriemuir is. It's quite a famous rugby song. It's also the birthplace of J.M. Barrie, who's famous for what, Terry?
Music question be easier.
Music question be easier, okay. J.M. Barrie is the creator of Peter Pan.
Was he?
He wrote the Peter Pan story, yeah. And he donated the rights to the book to Great Ormond Street Hospital.
What dude's got a question? He says, I think I know the answer to this already. Which one of the earworms is the #1 expert in metal reactive paints? So I'm making a Bronze Age potpourri bowl and only used it once or twice. You've used it once or twice more than I have. So it's me, that's me
Yeah.
out.
Once or twice more than me too, so.
That's
I've watched,
Brian out.
I've watched Wayne use it and I've watched Nick Hagar use it.
Mm.
But I've never actually owned any.
No, I've never used it.
Right.
Just
Okay, so
experiment.
now
Fun.
we're going to colour this then. And we're going to use spirit stains from Chestnut Products.
In fact, I think Nick Hagar has got his named range of metal reactive paints, which
Does he?
probably means you'll be able to find a YouTube promotional video
Chromacraft.
on it.
Chromacraft, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chromacraft.
Chromacraft he uses.
Right,
So-
what colours would you like today? We have
Open to the chat. What colours do you want?
we have a full set of
Right, well, got
these.
while they're deciding that, 2 other questions. One from Eric. When removing the burned wood, is it better to use a bowl gouge to clean it off if you want a new start rather than sanding?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
And Woodwork Learner, can you hot glue a small bowl to a faceplate just to sand it? Should I wait till I can get some
Yes.
more wood?
Yes, you can.
You can, but remember hot glue and metal don't go that well together.
No.
No.
It
Make
glues
sure
too
it's
quick.
very hot and be cautious because the metal cools the glue too quickly and it doesn't stick to it very well.
You could warm the faceplate slightly.
Yeah.
Right, so we're getting,
Why don't you just use a glue block and put it in your chuck?
because I don't think he's got
Bang
enough
it.
wood. We're getting emerald green, red and yellow, green and
Emerald green.
blue, red and
What
yellow,
emerald green?
the funny yellow.
Turquoise.
The funny yellow. This yellow. This
Yeah,
is the yellow.
that's
Right. So that's a kind of finishy colour. That's not really a base
red and
colour.
yellow.
Red and yellow.
Yorkshire
Red and yellow
Kitchens
come up a
is
few
green and
times,
blue.
but I would avoid
Yorkshire
that.
Kitchen, yeah, he
That's
said
quite
green
common.
and blue.
Red
Hodgepodge
and
says
yellow
red
do
and
what,
yellow.
Pete?
That's a bit common. I'd avoid that.
Okay.
It is a good colour though.
It's just a good colour
Always gives
combination.
good effects.
I've got orange. That's different. Orange is
Upper house
different.
says far left.
Green.
Turquoise. Well,
That's
gone
a
dark
green.
all of a sudden.
Benjamin says grey,
There's-
green and cyan.
That cyan is a blue, isn't it? That the blue he's talking about?
That would look too similar.
Yeah, it would be very close to each other. I'm kind of thinking about orange, guys.
Don't know what. It depends what he wants to do, mate.
Does orange and blue go together, Terry?
Not particularly well, but you could try it.
Orange and purple?
Douglas Mungham says sky blue.
Yeah,
pink
orange
with
and purple.
polka dots.
Yeah. Let's go with a blue base.
Put the blue on the base and then bring it up gradually.
And bring it up to see what else we can manage. So we just apply this with the tissue because we
Camera
don't want
change.
to. Yep, coming now. There
Douglas
we go.
wants sky blue pink with orange polka dots.
I can't do
You would.
polka dots. So we'll
You
use the
can.
blue. And I'm just going to pour some on the cloth. And I've got enough. And I'm just going to. Ooh, that's a real greeny blue. That.
That's why I said the green wouldn't go with it. It'll be almost the same.
Wow.
You still got a bit of black in him, yeah.
Wow.
That's quite a lot of paint there.
It's just a whole lot of stinking flying out of that ball all at once. That's why they make the tops so big, so as you can. So I'm just
Purple
going
If
to
you're going
apply.
to blend it, then
Cast
lightly
with the
do it
white.
around.
That's
right.
funny colour, that, isn't it?
If you're going to blend it, lightly do it up the sides.
That's what I'm doing, Terry. Just kind of
John Mooney
clouding.
says orange and black.
I'm kind of clouding it up there if I can.
Yeah.
Hodgepodge, these are chestnut spirit stains.
It goes really dark on the end grain,
You will.
and it works quite nice on the side grain.
It's also changing colour as it dries, so you probably want to give it a minute.
I'm going to give it a minute.
So these will need to be sealed with an acrylic sanding sealer. Because if you use a cellulose one, it'll basically take them all off.
It won't. Cellulose, just spray it on, be fine.
Yeah,
It
you
might be
should
nice to
use an
mix them
acrylic
all
one
up.
with this.
I'm going to use my new hot gun that I got. Just to dry that off a
You
little
could
bit.
blend them with a bit of cellulose sanding sealer. You could blend them.
Oh, that's hot. Put it on
But
low.
dude says for best results from spirit stain, use an airbrush.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know, but I was asked not to use an airbrush today for
Eric
people who
wanted to
don't
see it
have an
differently,
airbrush.
didn't he?
So I'm just using a cloth today. I don't like using a cloth. I prefer to use an airbrush because you use less product
Better coverage.
and it gives you better coverage. This is absolutely right there.
And you can blend it easier.
Hodgepodge says Terrier Chestnut needs to get his products available in the US. I would say that the US federal government needs to stop being so picky about stuff being sent into their country.
Yeah, that's what it
Yeah.
is.
Got a fairly sharp line there. Right.
Yeah, it's a major change in colour from wet to dry, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
I wasn't expected to change as much as that, but there you go, it did. Ah, no. Blue stained everywhere.
Oh
Right,
dear.
what am
We've
I?
got thumb problems again.
What problems?
Douglas, if you can hear us, we do apologise, but Lewis has accidentally put you in timeout.
He hasn't, not again.
Yep.
What a man he is. Orange, I reckon. Blue and red, Terry, does that go? Oh, blue and orange.
Yeah, well, yeah,
What do you think? No,
it'll
I've
go.
unhidden him.
orange. Gonna go with orange. God knows what this'll do.
Try it again, Douglas.
What did he say?
I don't know, he just said BWC with a thumbs up. That's all right, he's back. You're back, Douglas. Lewis, trim your
Get your
thumbs.
fans off the Get your hands off the
Yeah.
job.
Step
Well,
away from the keyboard, Lewis.
Yeah. But Stephen says it's true that colours do come out much better when it's held in a SK114 truck.
It is true.
Very true. Yeah.
SK114s infinitely improve all types of wood turning and colouring.
Bullshit.
And the O'Donnell jaws just take it to another level completely.
Another level.
Completely
again.
new level. Yeah.
Douglas Mungham's in. Hello, Douglas.
Hello,
This
Douglas.
This is a completely new level of rubbish you guys are talking.
It's a completely new person in the chat, Douglas Mungham.
Oh, Douglas, how are you?
Actually, I've just realised Lewis didn't put him in timeout. Lewis actually banned him from the channel.
He did. He deleted him.
Completely.
Yeah.
I had to reinstate him.
Oh dear. Sorry, Douglas. And we're going to go with yellow next.
Hodgepodge suggests that after colouring, you should just burn it again.
Yeah, you maybe. You maybe
Woodwork
right.
Learner says the SK114 would have helped with the burning too. Well, yes, because it's a chunkier bit of metal. Transmits the heat through the wood better.
Jesus,
Isn't that right, Pete?
Yeah.
fucking
Definitely.
absolute rubbish now. Not so sure this
Todd
is
at Green
working at all.
Cove Woodwork said the SK114 has taken on a mythical status. They're well beyond that, Todd. These are legendary status.
Yeah.
Oh, Lewis is clutching at straws now. It's amazing what you can do from your pocket.
Yeah.
Ah,
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
well, that's true.
I think that's what it is now.
We know about Lewis
Go
and
buy the beers.
his pocket dialing. He owes a fair bit of money about and that just hasn't worked at all on the end grain.
No, we weren't soaking in too quick on it too much.
Douglas, no, Brian isn't using an SK114 and O'Donnell jaws because sadly he doesn't possess one.
He must have about £9 in the super chats to go towards it, though.
Start a GoFundMe page. Ah dear. I'm not liking this at all.
Well, you give it a minute, let it dry, and then give it a coat of sand and sealer to see. You can always turn it off.
Yeah, no, I've got plenty of time. There's no rush.
See what it comes up like when it's dried and sealed.
It looks better in real life than it does on the screen, I think.
Yeah.
The wood dude says, and
Right,
I
that
quote,
camera.
with O'Donnell jaws attached to an SK114, you instantly become a Picasso.
Oh, well.
Oh well. I'll better try and do something about that then. Eh? 'Cause
Something to aspire to there, Brian.
I'm not sure if this is working. Right. Acrylic sanding sealer you said.
Acrylic, yeah.
You're alright to use cellulose as well.
Right?
Cellulose
Oh,
works
okay.
just as well.
Alright. Well, I've got acrylic anyway. So.
Yeah.
Acrylic sanding sealer from Chestnut Products again.
Takes an hour to dry, doesn't it?
Thank you, Douglas.
Should dry pretty quick on here. It's pretty hot in here. Oh, it does not take half an hour to dry, does it?
Was heat the bow blank up.
Well, it did that.
Just for your information, Douglas, those 4 have already sold and he's already ordered another 6.
I don't think it takes that long to dry with the spray acrylic.
No, it's fast drying.
If you use the cloth application method, yes, it does take 20 minutes. But spray is pretty instant.
I actually quite like the blue,
Mm.
but I'm not so keen on the orange in the.
The blue looks green to us.
Oh, does it?
Looks to me.
Oh, so it does,
Looks
yeah.
to me.
Must be that camera. Let's try that camera.
Yeah, that's all right.
Yeah, I prefer the other camera.
Yeah.
Yes, Douglas, you're still in the chat now.
You prefer this camera?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a nicer colour.
Yeah.
Yorkshire Kid says, I remember when you used to hold Yorkshire Grit up to the camera like that. Lol.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Oh, you got a good memory, Glenn. That was a long time ago.
It was a long time ago. I was just going to say that was a long time ago. Where have you been, Glynis? Great.
Why is he in anyway? I thought he was heading towards the Isle of Man.
He's waiting for a
somewhere.
ferry.
Oh, he's
He's probably in the
stuck
pub,
at
isn't he?
the docks.
That doesn't look that bad, actually.
It doesn't actually, Terry.
Yeah. Don't know, Ben.
Maybe we should have bled that blue out a little bit more, but I think it's all right. Sanding sealer. Let's just give it a coat of Hampshire Sheen High Gloss. Oops. Drop the cloth. Use a clean bit, Brian. Don't be so miserable.
Tight.
Hang the expense, throw another cat on the fire.
So that's that looks really yellow. I have to do something about the colour in that camera because that isn't the colour of that wax.
But then that'll make the bowl look terrible. So
The pack rat's asking, have you ever done one where you burned only one side?
A half, you mean?
Yeah, I think that's what he means.
Yeah, I've done segmented burning, if you want to call it that.
Yeah.
Just burning portions of something.
Your
So
four-cornered bowl.
I did well, it's maybe just sitting here, is it? I did an idea that's just sitting here. I did this little bowl and we just burnt one corner. Did that
I was
square bowl
using
and we burnt one
aluminium
corner.
foil tape to protect the straight line.
So this nice straight line down into the bowl and back out again was achieved just with aluminium tape, that's right.
And Douglas Mungham says, Brian, leave it spinning. It looks good when it's blurred. I did the last bit.
oh well. I think,
Oh, you did. Yeah.
I think you
I
better
thought
call
you-
on Lewis again. Get rid of Douglas.
No, just I'll just have to press the button on Pete here just a minute.
And Andy said, Brian, your colourful smocks have worn out your cameras.
Yeah, it could be the case. Right, so that's getting tacky now, so we'll just leave that for a second. Get another clean piece of cloth. This is
Oh, I bet you got it, didn't you? Haven't
this
used
is
to it.
costing me a fortune
Some
today.
glass.
See, I mean, come on,
Spent 10 pence already.
spending a fortune here.
You still trying to
Trying
get
to
rid
speed
of that coarse kitchen roll?
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm trying to get rid of it as well.
the Lidl one that I bought.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I use that very extensively to try and get rid of it.
yep, me too.
Archibald has got a good question. He says, did you have issues with the adhesive from the aluminium tape being left on the wood after you'd heated it up?
Yeah, just a slight issue, but it comes off with methylated spirits. The trick is not to
Linger.
leave the heat too much on the aluminium tape, and I use 2 layers of aluminium tape, not one. It is a bit of a pain to get it off, but it can be done. That's actually quite nice now. It's quite shiny. There we go. That's added to the depth of the colour, and I'm quite happy with that
Nice.
now.
That looks
Quite
all
happy
right.
with that. Yep, happy with that. Let's try it and do something with the inside.
Got to say, I quite like.
Well, what did I do that for? Why did I keep doing that? I'm supposed to turn that off because it's got a Woodworm Screw in it.
Well,
I do it all the time.
it's because you're not used to using it, see?
Yep, that's exactly right. This is about the 4th or 5th time I've used the Woodworm Screw.
Hooray! I got coffee. Thank you, darling.
Yeah. Hey, Lisa.
Where's ours?
Yeah,
Mark says,
on the way,
oh, you
Calvin.
can hear it.
Thanks, Lisa.
Yes.
That blue is nice.
Terry, I don't think Lisa loves you and me.
I like that blue. You
I
can
don't
actually
think it does either.
see the sort of wavy lines in the grain pattern there.
Yeah.
I take it. I don't know what the wavy lines are called. Some of you guys will tell me.
Robert said, just imagine if that was red and yellow. Beautiful.
It would have been red and yellow. Yeah. Shut up.
Actually, I like what it is.
So do I, Pete. I thought that
I
model
thought
was going
that
to fit
too
there.
for a second then.
I just thought for one
I thought,
second.
oh, that's an
That's-
awful big gorgeous.
That's kind of
There's-
closed up a whole lot.
And those jaws don't go down very much further.
Yeah.
Just for
I
half
think
a
those
second
wavy
there, I
lines
thought,
are called feathering.
feathering.
Whatever.
Okay.
Oh, Wood Dude's just showing off now.
What's he say?
What's he saying?
And biscuits.
No, I
Oh,
don't get
biscuit.
biscuits.
Pete's not allowed biscuits. So I'm just pushing it on with the chuck to make sure it's central, or the tailstock, sorry, to make sure it's central, and then open the jaws into it. Don't over tighten it.
Crack.
Yeah, stop before you get the first crack. Okay, Mark. Now just take that away. We'll risk it for a biscuit. We'll be brave today. I'm loving all my Chuck Buddy bits that I can just stick things up there in the back of the lathe. Everything's nicely tidied up and out the way. So what we're going to do on the outside, or the inside, should I say.
Change
Turn it
camera
out.
for a start.
Okay,
Turn it
change
out.
cameras. There you go.
There you go.
Do I want to leave a wide rim? Do I want to make it a thin bowl, quite thick bowl?
I wouldn't do it too thin.
I
to
wouldn't
be
do.
honest.
I
Yeah, I
wouldn't,
wouldn't. I
because
want to be
this is
thick.
it's quite heavy colour, so you can need a sort
Yeah,
of
also
heavy bowl
the,
to match
the
it.
end grain soaked in quite a bit of stain, so if you go too thin, it'll come on the inside.
Oh, that's true.
I generally
So
start with a
let's-
wide brim and then decide because
Yeah.
I find it hard to see when the face is
Okay.
not perfect.
Let's try with a 3/8 bowl gauge. Quick slurp of tea. 3/8 bowl gauge. Move that back a little bit further.
I recently developed a liking for apple tea, but I can't get it here now.
Apple tea?
Yeah,
That's not tea, that's fruit.
Weird.
that's what they drink a lot of in Turkey.
So start with a wide rim. Start there. Oops. And then just take that off. Change that handle over to that side because it's in my way.
Turn the speed up a bit.
I think what I might do.
Quite a bit of discussion about what causes the ripple or wavy lines in timber as it's growing. Depends on the type
Compression,
of
innit?
tree,
Is it
but
not
it's usually
stress?
compression.
Yep.
If you've got 2.5 ton branch growing off of an oak tree, then the bit for the first 4 or 5 feet can be very dodgy to turn because you take the compression off of it, and all of a sudden it goes ping.
Yeah.
Just to save me going to the sharpening tool. So watching Wayne yesterday, as I do, he was asked a question about how much pressure you use in your left hand,
Very low.
and he said none, because he took his hand off it. So
Yeah.
once you get the bevel established and your handle's low enough, the tool should do it itself, basically.
Yeah, it's just literally the weight of your hand is what you're using. And
Because all your
it's,
pressure is going direct line up the length of the tool.
Yep. But I'm not as confident as Wayne, so I kind of keep my hand up there.
One of the main reasons for having that weight of your hand on it is it can react to a knot in the wood or something that will throw the bevel out.
Yep.
So you're just basically keeping it there.
I'm not sure this ball would look right with a really wide rim.
No,
I would
I'll
say
say really
probably
wide.
about
I'm just
3/4 of
taking
an
this.
inch.
Yeah. I'm just taking this out until I get rid of the woodworm screw hole, and then we'll have a look at it.
Maybe a 1/2 inch rim.
1/2 inch, 3/4, something like that.
Yeah.
We could always leave it a bit bigger and do something on it.
Good. Do an inlay.
Texture in.
So let's have a look.
Texturing either side of an inlay.
Ooh, look, we've got a
Nice little skip back spiral there.
just a,
That's where you skipped back when you first started.
that's a
Yeah,
skew
you probably
spiral.
Probably want to change that rim slightly, make it a little bit narrower.
I think I'll fix this first though.
Well, take it out as you take it rim narrower.
Yeah, I think I'll just take that,
doing
take that little
Grandpa Jim.
spiral thing off it first.
Hello, Grandpa Jim.
Which might make it a little bit nicer to look at. There's a little bit of a knot feature here. And another one there.
Yes, Douglas, you could, but you're still going to have the same issue when you start hollowing down.
What about leaving about an inch there?
About 1 inch, 3/4, something like that.
And put a little bit of texture around it, so I'm just go tidy this edge up.
Douglas, one of the things you need to remember. Sorry, Terry. Douglas, one of the things you need to remember about hollowing is for every inch over the tool rest, you need 4 inches of handle behind.
Yep.
So if you're going down 4 inches.
10 inches.
Well, if you're going down 10 inches, you need 40
inches.
inches. 40 inches of handle. That's over 3 feet.
9 inches, so if I leave an inch.
Unless you use something like the Steady
Like
Pro or...
Yeah, like a captured or a static hollowing system.
The Robert Swordway hole steady, what's it called nowadays? Steady Pro. Something?
Yeah, Steady Pro these days.
So I'm going to mark the edge of this just with a parting tool. So we'll draw the tailstock a little bit.
Jim has joined us. Good afternoon.
I think we'll go about there for the rim.
John Moody said he's watching from Italy today, and he's blinking on.
Okay, what I'd be inclined to do with that, Brian,
Yes, mate.
is I put a slight angle of the rim towards the centre. So it's angled in.
Yep.
And then run your spiral texture on the edge. Align either side of it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I would do with it.
Let's just take a bit more out the middle then.
Pete'll work that out for you, Ben. I
Get rid of that first.
I can barely count to 10.
Then you have to factor into the handle to overhang ratio how many McDonald's you've eaten in the last week, because that will make a difference.
Hodgepodge has done it. 14.3125 inches. See, I'd be tempted to do some extreme texturing on that rim. I think that would look lovely.
Douglas, if we
little
go back
thing
to
I'll,
the production on early days of wood turning, they made huge hollow forms. And most of them were made in 2 or 3 pieces.
Yep.
Yeah. Unfortunately, hollowing is not one of those things you can take a shortcut with just the tools you have, because it can become unsafe very quickly.
Do you think I should be texturing that with the Proxon or something like that, Mark? Is that what you're thinking?
Well, I was just thinking of like
It's a bit extreme.
Dremel with a burr, or Proxon, or even
It
just a
depends how
carving
deep
tool.
texture you want. You're going to
I
colour the texture.
Don't know.
I just think it would look nice. That's me, you know. I mean, what do I
You
know?
could prox on it, I
let
suppose,
me
and
just,
then colour
let me
it.
just do what Pete suggested in the beginning. Let's just take this edge in,
Yeah.
slope it in a little bit towards the middle.
I suppose I reckon you should use an axe.
Yeah.
Tell you what, that is very Glenn Lucas, that style that you're doing right there.
So take that in. So there's a difference in height from the inside the rim to the outside the rim of about 3 or 4 mil there. And if I
It
texture
also,
that in the way,
it also gives you more surface area on the rim. That
does a
slight
little bit,
bevel
yeah.
just
Slightly.
makes it wider without making the bowl overly wide.
Just need to finish that edge.
Brian with a Y says, is there any reason not to do an OG shaping on the inside of the bowl to add interest?
You wouldn't really see it
Mm.
on the inside. Roy, it's birch.
It's a piece of birch, yep. Let me just check my depth. Using this fancy depth gauge that I've got. Yeah, I've got about a half an inch to go there, I think.
Terry,
Nice.
do you have one of those depth gauges?
That was an interesting tool. I've never seen one of those before.
No, apparently
You
they're
know-
like rocking horse poo to get hold of.
I could use this one. I could
You
use
know.
this one. I've got this one. This nice one that Ben gave me.
Yeah.
That looks much
It's-
fancier.
It's
Yeah.
kind of difficult to get the depth of the
But
springy
it
bit.
does have a pencil sharpener on it.
It has a pencil and the pencil
As you
sharpener
sharpen a pencil.
and a hook and eye
As you
and
sharpen
the
a
piercing
pencil.
sharp on it, and it's got a ruler.
And it's fused just in case for safety.
Yeah.
You take the pencil
I
out,
take a
Gary.
pencil out.
You turn
Oh,
it
look at
around and
that.
give
I
it a
thought it was
turn,
glued
yeah,
in.
and then put it back in.
That's ingenious.
And I see you thought of everything. Now, Ben, it's got a glue spreader. It's even got a
Yeah.
spare 5-amp fuse in case my lathe goes funny.
And a
And a, little,
screwdriver.
and a little screwdriver on the end.
God,
Super
magic.
back there. So it has a pride of place on here.
Lewis is asking what kind of birch. We don't know. It's just birch.
Just birch. It said
Birch.
birch
Birch.
2000 and something. I can't remember what it said now.
16.
2016 was it? When it was felled, I take it. Right, I'm going to go texture this lip.
Douglas Mungham thinks you should carve the inside.
God, no. I don't need that. That's a fancy burr, that.
Ooh, no.
Too much. Too much, maybe.
Terry, stop stirring the pot.
Blimey,
Right.
Terry, how did you manage that? Apparently, you can just ask for them and you get them.
Oh yeah, he's got one. Don't know. He must have paid.
Can I-
He's obviously
Can I just
something
point out
done
to you
something.
two buggers?
He's just like Joe. He creeps to Joe as well as creeping to Mark.
Can I just
Yeah.
point out to you two muppets? You've actually never asked for one.
Excuse me, we've
Wait,
put orders in.
No, you've just
What?
insinuated. You've never straight out said, Mark, can you make me one of your depth gauges, please?
Is this one of these you're talking about, guys?
Yeah,
Is there a
Brian
there a row?
asked.
Terry and I
I
have been
just-
on the waiting list for one of those for years.
I just asked Mark, and
Years.
he says, "Yeah, no problem. I'll send you one."
Exactly, Brian. That's what I'm saying.
I said, "Mark, would you send me one of those depth gauge, please?" And he said, "Yeah, no problem."
Yeah, no problem.
See,
Terry
they
said.
did.
Terry Bartlett said the same.
There you go.
Book
See,
Wizardry by Colin. He asked.
Christ, he's
Steve
dishing
left
them
the
out left,
craft.
right, and centre. That
He
he's totally
asked.
ignored us, Pete.
I've been on the
No,
waiting
you've
list
never
that
asked.
long that my original order was sent by telegram.
Yeah.
I used the carrier pigeons you've got in Bristol.
I'm loose.
don't like the sound of that.
No,
Yeah, it
not a
doesn't
very
sound
good
right.
idea. I think you might be
Some-
turning
some-
that bit
some-
off.
Something got loose.
I think the arbor
Oh, it did.
sucked back into the head.
I just got a bit loose. We'll tighten it up so we don't want that flying around the workshop. We don't.
Yeah, I'm
Like-
thinking that bowl is now 2
Yeah.
mil too high,
Yeah, I do.
and then you want to do a completely different texturing on it because that was rubbish.
That's rubbish. Stop there, Brian. Crap.
Yeah, you're right.
Cut
You're
it
right,
off.
Pete. I think I might just leave it and use the Swordway texturing tool and just. The good thing is you can just turn it back off again. Yeah.
Then you get a flat dish.
Until you end up with a platter.
Chris wants to know why the two half circles on the depth gauge. Reduces weight and makes it look nice.
It's just to make it look posh. Air.
Simple as
Doesn't
that.
Mark. They've never.
It makes it
looked
look very desirable, and Terry and I have both been desiring them for years.
nice.
and
Yeah,
not got-
years.
Right, well, we'll do a bit of Robert Swordway texturing on that. What we'll do first is we'll just we'll quickly sand that. Not with 400 grit, you won't. I'll do. Let's sand that edge off. So as I haven't got a sharp edge right there, it's perfect.
And that Dremel sanding Dremel carving might work, but it
With
needs
a
more of a
different
plan
burr.
than that.
Yeah, with a different burr and
Yeah, and I need to take more time with it too. So,
yeah.
Yeah.
and I'm running out of time. So we'll use a bit of texturing from the
Sorby.
Robert Swordway texturing tool system. Put that on there. Use the mini texturing tool. Put a spiral in it. Somebody did suggest that already.
Doesn't hurt to try something different.
Doesn't hurt.
Yeah, Mark was the one who suggested heavy texturing just to distract from the fact that he hasn't supplied our depth gauges yet, Terry.
Depth gauges, that's it. I
So
knew
turn the
that.
speed down to about
There we go.
500-ish. Just try and put a little spiral on this. And that's all on the wrong camera, you can't see that.
No. Didn't
Do it
expect
again.
to.
I'll just do it again. well, we've got a nice spiral on that. Give that a quick sand. We should be good to go. Just a quick sand just to take off any loose fuzzy bits.
You can Yorkshire grit the inside and polish it.
Well, now we'll finish the inside. We'll finish cutting the inside.
Douglas, Brian's banned from using embellishing wax, so he can't use that.
Yeah, embellishing waxes me don't really work. Although I have been practicing.
Soon to run out of embellishing wax.
Yeah. Worldwide manufacturers of embellishing wax have actually asked Brian to stop using it.
Yeah.
Because there isn't enough for everybody else.
Apparently, catching a nub at the end is so last year, apparently.
Yeah, so Wayne said.
Yeah, it was fun for a while.
Everybody stopped doing it just as I learned how to.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, we can blame Ed for that one. He started that craze.
It was Ed, was it?
Yeah.
Ed Oliver, yeah.
So something happened just in there. I'm not sure what happened there.
Sounds like a knot.
Yeah,
funnel.
it felt like something happened, but I'm not sure what it was.
Funnel, yeah.
Unless it was just me taking too big a cut or something. But something
Robert
actually
says now you need to colour each raised spiral section with alternating colours to match the outside.
raised spiral section.
Yeah.
The rim.
Right, so we've got a little hump in the middle.
You can't use a brush because that would be too easy. Yeah, I know where you're going with that, Douglas, but Brian is to embellishing waxes what Mike is to masking tape.
Yeah, no, I can't do it. I just can't do embellishing waxes, guys. It's a disaster.
Yeah.
I am practicing in the background, but yeah, no,
You'll get
we're
it.
not doing it.
You'll get it.
I don't know why I'm so useless though. That's not a very good edge. We'll see what was.
Stephen the Wood Dude said.
Tell you a cheat sheet on it. The best way to use embellishing waxes.
Good man.
Just send you pictures.
You go send it to me.
No, he's going to sell
He
it to
said
you.
it won't cost you much.
Sell it? Nah.
It won't cost you much, he said.
I'll tell you what. I'll do. I'll just practice, Stephen. Oops. Better turn that on, eh?
Yeah, he does keep trying to sell me the designs, but I just copy them anyway without paying.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Why waste money?
So that's 120 grit. I'm going to change to a power sander and go. Whoops. Let me just pick that up because it just flew out the end of the jug. I'll be back in a second.
Yes, Douglas, you can burn a face of a bowl with Formica. Put a burn line in it.
Can, yeah.
Or, as I do, because I haven't got any Formica. Because apparently that's on back order along with the depth gauge. I just use a piece of timber I slice thin on the bandsaw. Anything that will create friction.
Burn lines. Burn lines. These are great things for burn lines, guys. If you want to make burn lines.
Yeah, they're good.
Magnum ice cream, lollipop
Yeah.
sticks. And I'm not sponsored by Magnum, unfortunately.
Means I've got to start eating
I wish.
Magnum ice creams.
Stephen, I can't send you the cash. I need to save up for another SK114.
Yeah, with another set of McDonald's jaws.
I've only got 2 of them. Mark's got 6.
Two
I've only
SK114.
I've only got 2.
I haven't got any. Look,
I
it's
need to
still
have
mine.
which flavour Magnum works best for burn lines.
Oh, just the plain vanilla chocolate. Although I know somebody who buys the Lidl ones, and I think their sticks are just as good.
Mm-hmm.
Chris Dodd said he's seen somebody using playing cards with burn lines. He thinks it was Carl Jacobson. I think I've seen that as well, actually.
I think there's something happening on the rim here, but I'm not sure exactly what it is. It's not a tool mark. There's nothing there,
Is it a burnishing mark from the sanding pad?
but it could be a burnishing mark, is right.
From the drill, touched at the chuck maybe or something.
I don't know. It's just strange. It's just in just one sort of place just there. The rest of it looks okay.
Yeah, Lewis is probably right. It's where you rub in the bevel.
Douglas is asking, could the high spots of the texture be burnt with Formica or a lolly stick? No, I don't think so. If you want to get that effect, what you could do is burn it first and then texture it.
Yeah.
I know sanding's not the most entertaining thing in the world, guys, but it has to be done. Oh, one tiny bit there. Oh. It's only appearing when the lathe is moving. That's weird. Right, I think that should do. Just leave it plain on the inside, will we?
Yeah.
I think so.
Sand up Yorkshire grit and polish it.
Get rid of some of that dust from in the texturing and stuff. We'll use some sanding sealant.
I just had an idea, but I'll shut up.
Go on then, what was the idea?
Do a circle of texture to match the rim in the bottom of the bowl.
In the bottom. I did actually think about that as I was sanding that, Mark. And it might not be a bad idea. We'll get the sanding
just that
sealer on, see what it looks like.
I just think that wood isn't really
There's not enough
doing
interest in
something.
it.
It's not doing a lot, is it?
There's not
No.
enough interest in the bowl.
Just could do with something to draw your eye in.
That's not hard to do, like. He says, hopefully. He doesn't make a mess of it.
Yeah.
Lewis says he's got a 2.5 hour drive. Can you do a couple more pieces?
That's also
Yeah, no.
why I suggested it.
Just about there somewhere.
Yeah, I was thinking sort of about
Just out a
50
little
mil.
bit from the centre.
about 50 mil size.
Not right from the middle, but just slightly out from the centre. Start the lathe. Turn the speed down to about 500. Right there somewhere.
He needs a bit more practice, Stephen, to put embellishing wax on the textured part.
I'm definitely not texturing it. You see that okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's dead in centre, so I don't want that. I want to bring it out a little bit. Isn't that right?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Nice spiral. Do I need to put a little kind of line,
I would line both sides of it.
Line
a
both
line-
sides.
a line either side just to
Mm.
highlight it?
Hodgepodge is asking, on the spiral cutter, what side of the disc is facing the brass screw? The 90-degree section or the chamfered section?
The chamfer section. The chamfer section is up. The flat piece is down. That's how I do it anyway. Just make that highlight line just a little bit deeper on this one. There we go.
Pretty easy way to do that is if you use a skew on its side and just use the toe of it. Gives you a more accurate.
That's what
line.
that point tool's for. That's the idea of that point tool. That's what this is for.
Well, yeah.
That's what this beastie is for.
Yeah. But I don't like them.
Well, I do.
Well, I do.
I
No,
prefer
Lewis.
that to use. I prefer that to line a skew down and using the. I know what you mean, Pete. You're thinking about using a skew like this.
Yeah.
Put it on its
Yeah.
flat and then just use the very tip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean that works too. It's the same thing. It's the same principle. You're just using a
Same
sharp
principle.
point.
Just gives you a nice cut line, I think.
Do you think?
No, you could use a bit of Formica and burn each of those cut lines.
Oh, no. Okay. I can do that.
Yeah. That's nice.
It's not very well burnt in that centre one. This piece of wood is actually quite soft in the middle. It's
Yeah,
quite soft
bit
in
like
the
lime, isn't it?
Strangely enough. Now, I just want to give that inside of that just a quick rub with 400 grit. Just to take away any little extra bits of fluffiness that came out of that. That'll do. Quick rub, blow out the dust.
And
Sand and
Hodgepodge
seal.
is suggesting now you could fill the spirals with a mixture of green, orange, and yellow embellishing wax.
Douglas is asking what RPM for burning lines. It needs to be over 1,000
Well,
RPM.
what
Yeah,
speed
nice
was
and
that?
quick. You're generating
Yeah.
friction.
That was 1100. So a bit. I mean, faster is better for burning, obviously.
Especially the closer you go to the middle.
Yeah.
Well, that looks nice.
It's not bad. I think it's not bad. And it is sanded up to 400.
Hodgepodge says, just fill the spirals with a mixture of green, orange, and yellow embellishing wax.
Well, I could certainly fill the spirals, but you might
Let it
not
go,
like it.
Robert. Let it go.
You might not like it. I'm just going to spray this with sanding so to get it all the way into the texturing there, rather than try to apply it with a cloth. Better. Give that a second or two to dry, and then we'll buff that off. We should be good.
Lovely old job.
Proper job.
Proper job, he says. Where did I first hear that expression, proper job? I think it was on
Jethro.
it was on a television program.
Probably the comedian Jethro. Proper job.
No, it wasn't. It was Scrap Heap Challenge.
We've actually got a shop called Proper Job.
There was a guy on it.
Tools, timber, gardening stuff, and almost out-of-date foods. A general cheapy shop.
Brian, are you thinking the ex-army officer with the big mustache?
No. It was a farmer guy who was from, well, must be Cornwall, is it? Is that where that expression comes from?
Yeah, it's a Cornish
Cornwall
saying.
kind of
Yeah.
thing? He was a guy from Cornwall, and he was on it a lot. He was actually on it quite a lot. Because when he won his heats and all that kind of thing. And that was his favourite expression. Ah, a proper job. Every time he welded something, that's a proper job. But it didn't look like a proper job to me, like. But
Three main sayings down here is proper job, who viddy proper, and I'll get to it directly.
Get it
That's
direct.
DREKLEY, directly.
Directly is the Cornish version of manana.
Yeah.
Douglas says, wow, that looks great. Lewis says, fill it with milliput.
I'll fill you with milliput. The texture's not deep enough for milliput. It would just fall out again.
You're already for embellishing wax if you could do it, though.
You're starting to sound like Pete and Mark. He's trying to get me into trouble. There is a bit of interest in there actually when you see it in the flesh.
Quite like the grain there.
Yeah, it does look
good. See it in the flesh. Let's give that a quick buff up.
Shining up well.
It is. So no pressure on your cloth. Just let the wax do its thing. If you press too hard, you'll just introduce too much heat and your wax will go streaky. Don't ask me how I know that.
Roger's asking, does everyone else think the rim needs similar burn lines as the centre? I did think of that earlier, but I'm not sure it's got the right
Yeah.
spacing on it.
No, I thought it might
No.
spoil it, actually.
Not there.
Too textured. I'm too close to the edge with the texture.
Too close, yeah.
Douglas Mungan wondering if you're going to use it as a mould for resin blank.
Mangum,
That
you're in
works.
so much trouble, Mangum.
works. Yeah.
You're so much trouble.
Fine, if you just didn't fill the bowl with resin and then turn it out again.
Yeah.
Oh, what are you trying to say? You're trying to say this bowl's not good enough to sell. Is that what you're saying?
No,
Oh, you want to sell it?
Oh, right.
Oh,
Oh, well.
that changes everything.
Robert's comment just made. That was that one, and he said, cut it all off again and start it and redo it.
That's good because there's plenty of meat in it. This could be a Stuart for any bowl.
Oh, that was awkward.
Oh, Stuart's not listening.
Why? Stuart
Could be
makes
a
bowls like
Stuart
this all the
for
time. He does. Does it all the time. Just practices and then turns it up again. He does it all the time. We're done. Let's see your cheek, Beckett.
Yeah.
I did that word. I forgot you could see me laughing.
It's just a bit less of your cheek, Beckett.
Chris Dodd says he's with Hodge, actually. We'd balance it if you cut it all off and do it again.
I think these are all very funny.
Oh, we are.
Oh,
Very
yeah.
humorous.
We,
I'm a thought it'll
we
balance.
thrive. We thrive on our humour.
Yes. Yeah,
It's always somebody else's turn next time.
you're right.
Yeah.
Well, apart from you don't do any anymore.
Yeah, holiday time. I got it's
Straight.
holiday
Neither
season.
do I. But I might be coming
Wesley
back. so-
Hannah says that looks fantastic, Brian.
Thanks, Wesley. Let's go to this camera.
That's better. It looks a long way away. We can't see so much of it.
Terry, to be quite so obvious.
All right, I'm just had enough of you guys now.
I actually quite like it.
Very pretty.
I do really. I do like it.
I'm going to move the picture now.
However, I agree with Robert. That would look a lot better if there's an SK114 above it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Notice how he took the chuck off really quickly
Yeah,
because he
'cause
was
it's a
ashamed of it.
disaster, his chugs.
Ashamed of it, he was.
Ashamed of it, he was. He's ashamed of it, he is. Aye, lad, he's ashamed of it. That light needs to be over there. Stick that back in there. Look at this. Look at the mess in my workshop. Goodness sake.
Brian,
It's nice in your workshop.
I know this is how you like to display your piece at the end, but can you put it on top of the headstock so we can see the colour bit as well?
You'll see the colour bit now in a minute.
He's going to pick it
I'll
up.
show you the colour bit, see? I'm going to show you the inside first.
Get closer.
Texture on it. If you want to get closer. Oh,
That's it.
I can get closer there.
That's all right.
That's better.
There you can see the texture and
That looks
stuff.
good.
That's good.
That's actually really nice.
Now see the
And
crappy
then-
end and turn over.
And there's the
There's
other
nothing
side.
wrong with that.
I like the blue-green. Not sure about
Yes.
the others.
Oh, I don't mind that.
The blue, green, orange, and then yellow.
Yeah.
Right.
I think it's not too bad.
I
that's
think that might have looked nice, just blue-green.
Yeah.
See if bring it back to there, you can see the colour better.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just brought that blue all the way up.
Yeah, I think that would have looked really nice.
It
Right,
might look
let's
better if you put the brown on the bottom or the orange on the bottom and then the blue. Then
Well, you're the colour expert. I mean,
I'm just
Yeah, you're the
practice.
artist.
exactly.
Letting you practice.
I'm only learning. You're the what do you
You're
call
the
it?
Vincent van Gogh.
Yeah.
Terry.
See. Now explain
Picasso.
yourself, Terry. Explain yourself.
Picasso.
That's all I can say.
Picasso.
Just
You
explain
French.
yourself. So, oh dear, that was good fun. Enjoyed that, guys.
Well,
And
well, mate.
One last
Robert
look
said,
at one
don't
last look
forget
at
to
the
clean the
bowl
tool
there.
rest.
There's the other.
Yeah. That's right.
And there's the
That was
underside.
good. I like that, Brian. Don't worry. It looks good.
Oh, pretty. Very nice.
So the side grain looks a whole lot better
Yeah.
than the end grain. The end grain's kind of just like
Yeah.
sort of muddy,
Yeah.
if you like. But anyway, that's how it is. There you go, guys. We're done. Thanks very much for everybody who came in to watch. I appreciate you all coming in to see us.
Terry
Thanks to
Van
Mark.
Hobbit. I'll get you, Dodsy.
Terry Van Hobbit.
Who said that?
Chris
Chris
Dodds.
Dodds.
That's perfect.
Van
Chris, you're a
Hobbit.
star. Terry Van Hobbit. Love it. And Lewis suggests we should ask Mike. Yeah,
Mike.
okay.
Well, yeah, Mike is the
International
international colorist.
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
the
is that.
thing.
Okay. If there's no other questions, I think we'll call it a day. It's 25 to 3, for goodness sake.
Is it, blimey?
Yeah. So it's good afternoon from Terry.
Goodbye, everybody. Thanks for coming in. Appreciate it.
And good afternoon from Mark.
Bye bye.
And good afternoon for Pete.
Cheers, everyone. Thanks for coming in.
And it's good afternoon from me. Thanks for coming in. Thanks to my earworms for abusing me as usual.
As usual.
But it's all,
You would have it
it's all,
any other way.
it's all good fun, guys. Talk
We'll
to you all
see you
later.
all again soon.
See you soon. Bye bye.